Hello and welcome to my tribe. This is my first ever interview, and I am so excited to have Coach Deborah Smith. Welcome, Coach Deborah.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me on your first ever broadcast. I'm excited.
Thank you. I am so honored to have you here. I'm going to let you all know a little bit about Coach Deborah. She's an amazing woman, and here we go. Coach Deborah is a life coach, speaker, and ordained minister. She believes it is better to train early rather than fix later. As a personal development life coach, she serves high school and early college age young adults. She is helping them build their best life by transforming their emotions into living the life they want. Understanding challenges and negative emotions to encounter adversity to build strong credibility and growing in respect and admiration, creating a valuable life. In her studies, she has learned guiding principles to assist young people in the pursuit of building their best life now. Deborah is equipped to help all genders, but specializes in high school and young adult males. That is amazing. Deborah graduated summa cum laude, earning her bachelor's in business administration from Florida State College at Jacksonville in May 2019. She earned her master's degree in human services counseling with a major in life coaching from Liberty University in December 2021. Deborah is a member of the Society for Human Resource Management, the National Society of Leadership and Success, Phi Theta Kappa, Toastmasters International, Jack's Speaks, the Toastmasters Club, International Coaching Federation in North Florida. Deborah resides in Jacksonville, Florida. She and her husband, Dan, have 4 children: Jermaine, Salandra, Dan, and Christopher. They have 6 grandchildren: Tierra, Dan the second, Aubrey, Natalia, Michaela, and Grayson, and soon to have another. Deborah is an ordained minister, a member of St. Paul Church of Jacksonville, where she is currently a children's minister at the Ark and leads a Bible study group. Wow, that is a mouthful. What an amazing woman of God. I'm so excited and so honored to have you here. Welcome, Coach Deborah.
Thank you so much.
So I've read who Coach Deborah is, but in your own words, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, you've told basically about me, but I just love people. I love doing things for my family. So I'm under the guidance of God first, family second, and everything else will fall into place. So I just love my family and I love doing things for them, making them happy. And then I try to be a friend to others because nobody has to be kind to you. So I appreciate everyone that's kind to me. And I try to be kind to others and love others and accept people where they are. We can't make and mold other people. We just accept everybody where they are. Hopefully they'll accept us the same way and the world will be a better place.
That is amazing. Wow, thank you. So, what is Coach Deborah like doing, like in your spare time? I know you have all the accolades and but what do you do for fun?
Well, for fun, I love to read, and
Mhm.
I read, self-help books, but I also like to read. Danielle Steele is one of my favorite authors, so she puts out about 4 or 5 books a year, so I like her books as well. I love crossword puzzles. Before COVID, we loved going to the movies, but we have not been to the movies yet.
Since COVID,
But
wow,
yeah, well, my husband and I will catch movies on TV, but I just love spending time with my family mostly.
that's amazing. Well, thank you so much. So, your ministry to young men, that is so needed in this time. Can you tell us what your ministry is and what made you start it?
Okay, well, again, my ministry is a niche for young men, and it's really to help young men overcome obstacles and build their best lives. But I've always been, I don't know, gravitated toward little boys, young men for some reason. I guess because I got three sons. But as I got older, God put a burden on my heart that you would just see young men. And if you listen at society, young men, especially young men of color, they would have you think that our young men are bad, they are inferior, they're not smart as everyone else. And I know that's not true.
Right.
And so, I kept seeing that, and it was like, I know better. And they say, you don't sit around and don't do something. You have to do something. So God put the burden on me, and it was my passion. But it was like, okay, I want to do something. I know something needs to be done. Things that they used to teach in school,
Mhm.
they don't teach it anymore. And basically, my whole model is based on basic principles, and they don't teach those in school like they used to.
Right.
So I just didn't know what in the world I was going to do, but God always has a plan for us.
That's correct.
And so in April 2019, I had stepped away from children's ministry, but my bishop had asked me if I would join back up and kind of help them out. And so I was looking through some emails, and I saw a children's ministry retreat in Texas, of all places. So I'm in Florida. Am I really going to try to go to Texas?
Mhm.
But I asked, and they allowed me and this young lady to go to Texas. So it ended up being a children's ministry retreat as well as a leadership retreat.
Uh-huh.
And so we had various speakers. It was really, really good. And it was Coach Ricardo Miller was the facilitator and the initiator of the retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And so the young lady, I'll never forget her, Laquita Williams, she was up giving her presentation. And in that, she was, talking about having a passion and doing things that you wanted to do. But she said people forget to invest in themselves. She said you should always invest in yourself. And that was like a light bulb that went off in my head. And so before I left, I was like, I told her, I said, yeah, I want to do that. I want to invest in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I contacted Coach Ricardo when I got back. And so he began to be my coach in 2019. And he has, sat down, and like he told us at the master class, if you don't know what you want to do, then he's not the person for you. But I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how to get there. So
Right.
everything that you see, he has helped me to do.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
So it's all about young men. Sometimes in their young lives, they may be abused. They may be living single family homes. They have things against them, and then as they get older, society brings things on like peer pressure and gangs and drugs and trying to keep up with what they see on social media. So sometimes they get caught up. And we've done it too, life happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to teach them that just because something happens, you make a mistake. That's not the end of the story. You can
Correct.
overcome those obstacles and build your best life. So
Wow, that is an amazing message. And how do you get the message across to the young people?
well, I have a broadcast, and I broadcast 3 times each week on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. But of course, not a young man, they're not going to say, "Hey, I need help," and get on. So we have some young men that I work with, and
Mm-hmm.
then I began to work with a lot of mothers with sons, single mothers with sons. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of single mothers with sons, and so they can get that encouragement and tips and tidbits for people because it's not all about me, and I definitely don't know everything, but I get people from all expertise, educators, ministers, coaches, mentors, parents, grandparents to come on Build Your Best Life and teach what they know.
Right.
So through the mothers and those sons that come on, I do that. And then I do social media posts during the week. And then I also go out in the community and do different things to assist. Like last year, I had an opportunity to visit our juvenile detention center here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and it was, and I said I wanted to go to this place because I had seen it so many times, but it wasn't until I really got there that I found out that these were those young men that had committed murder. I mean, they had, done some hefty things, but
Hmm.
felt like that was the place for me because it felt so good talking to them and they were interested, they were listening.
Hmm.
And I gave this young man a signed copy of the book, and so I'm hoping to go back and visit them because I didn't get to see the whole group because of what they have done, well, what they're in for.
Right.
They won't let you see a large group, so they break them up. So I only got to see like 18, and I think they housed like 54 young men. So I want to go back and do that again.
Wow, that is so amazing, and that is so needed. To have some positive influence even behind bars. That is a great thing that you're doing right there. So my other question to you is, how what challenges have you had? You have this vision. What challenges have you faced in bringing this vision to pass?
Well, as I mentioned before, I had the passion to do it, but I didn't know how to get it done. But I learned to invest in myself.
Hmm.
And, I've learned since then, there's always someone assigned to assist you. So we have to stop and ask questions and, not be so proudful that,
Hmm.
we just sit and we let all our talents that God has given us go to the grave because we won't speak up or ask for help or whatever.
Hmm.
So I've learned to, speak up more. And then as far as funding, all this stuff costs. And so I do what I can do. And if, I try to, I am a nonprofit 501c3. We have a board, so I do try to get donations, but I just pray and keep going and ask everyone to pray for me and with that support. So I just keep tripping along and doing what I can do. So I know that God gave me this purpose and He's going to see it through. So I know I stand on that. But I think if I had to say one thing, I would say always ask for help. Don't just sit and, think, well, this is my, purpose. So I'm just going to do it all,
Right.
because
Right.
if you try to do it all, you're not going to do what God wants us to do. He
Hmm.
wants you to do it to His liking and to help others. So when He gives us a gift, He doesn't want us to just use it for us. He wants us to help others. So if you don't are not doing it as the best that you can, then you're not pleasing Him. So you got to ask people, what can I do to enhance this? Did you
Right.
hear me the other day? Is there anything I can do to improve? What are your suggestions? Are there topics that you think young men would like to hear?
Hmm.
Sister Megs, you're all traveling all over the world. What on other parts of the world that I haven't been? Is there a topic that you think that I need to bring up?
Hmm.
So you have to do those type things.
Right. That's like one of my friends says, you're not an island. you
Yeah.
need you need people, you need help, and that is so true. Definitely to seek help and to ask for help. That is good. Um, so this show is called My Tribe, and what made me come up with My Tribe is I realized that in life we need a tribe. You cannot do life alone. There's people that God has assigned into your life. There's people that God has assigned in you in their life to help. And there's people, like Coach Ricardo always says, you cannot do life alone, and you need people, you need community. I want to ask you, who is your tribe, and how did you identify the people that you do life with?
Well, if I had to say who my tribe is, I thought about it. It would be like a triangle, like a trinity.
Hmm.
So at the base of my tribe would be my family.
Right.
you know, and especially like my husband, because whatever